Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to the Medium's Table. I'm your host, Michelle Gardner. This podcast is your personal invitation to join me at the intersection of the everyday and the extraordinary. Together, we'll explore the magic of mediumship, share spiritual stories, and connect with fellow mediums on this incredible journey. So grab a seat, pour yourself a cuppa, and come join us at the Medium's Table, where spirits gather and stories unfold. Disclaimer, just a heads up to all our lovely followers. Our social media is a space where we share personal stories, including those of various mediums. Let's keep the vibe positive and respect each other's beliefs. Every journey is unique, and here we celebrate the diversity of experiences. I'd like to welcome back to the show amazing medium. Hang on, I had my notes here and I don't know where it's gone. Now you are, oh, here it is. I wasn't prepared enough. A trance healing medium and tutor. And there's no way I'm going to remember that. Even though you were just in, an episode that we recorded just recently. It wasn't going to happen. So, Debbie, you are all those things, a trance healing medium and tutor. And you are, wow, the last episode, if you didn't see it, episode 38, I would strongly and highly recommend you go back and watch that one first, because I was blown away by the screen shares and the evidence that you provided and all the wisdom and knowledge that you had. And then you presented me with what we're going to be doing on this episode. And I'm like, I think there was choice words abbreviated in a message to you when I listened. When I listened, I'm like, what? Like, what? You sent me this, and I was like, and I'm editing late at night. It's dark, and I'm like, what is this? Oh, look, I'm just getting all watery eyes now. It's just like, I don't know what to do with this. And I'm like, I don't know what you just sent me. Oh, my God, what is this? Anyway.
Is it real?
So on that note, welcome to the show, Debbie.
Thank you very much, Michelle. This is lovely to be back. And I'm glad you had that response to it.
And I'm just going to say, magical. Hopefully on this one I won't need the Kleenex, because on the last one it was crying, laughing. I was like, I got to try and hold it together. I'm supposed to be the host. Stop crying. And then you're crying and I'm crying. It's like, let's just stop that now. And just thinking about it, that energy's all coming back in.
Yes.
Anyway, everybody just calm down and let's carry on.
Take a breath. As I say, take a deep breath. Let's center.
Exactly. But that's just how excited I am about what's coming up in this episode, and how my mind was blown in the last one, and this one just totally I was floored. My jaw was on the floor. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. I was lost for words, like, what is this? Anyway, and then, like I said, abbreviated choice words of hello. I've never heard anything like this, nor have I seen anything like this.
No. It's just, it blows my mind every time I sit. It just blows my mind, the power of spirit, the power of our own spirit of connection. It's just, wow, amazing, absolutely amazing,
Oh, look, I can totally understand how this could easily become addictive. I totally get it.
It is. Oh, yes. We play far too small. We live in this bubble, and we think it's all nice and comfortable, and I don't need to think about anything. But yet, when we allow ourselves to become, as I call it, expanded into the realities of what's actually around us and what we're capable of doing, it takes you in a whole different perception of what is. When we think about working with spirit, it's like we haven't even gone through the door yet. There's so much now that has happened that I've just been so blessed, and I'll use the word blessed, because I work hard for spirit. I work hard for spirit. I work hard for my own spirit and developing the spirit of Debbie, and making sure that I'm nurturing that part of me. But with that, we open up and what we're capable of, through connection with our guides, with our helpers. It goes beyond your mind. We are so much more than our mind. People say, oh, the mind's really incredible. Oh, we are so much more than our mind. Our mind is just fabulous, and to be able to be blessed to be able to experience that now is just phenomenal. It nurtures us, and it comes back to us. Everything that I say, everything that we do, no matter what it is, when we're working with spirit, comes back to healing. And when you understand that what that actually means, what does it mean to come back to healing? Because when we work on ourselves, we're constantly working on the energetic field. We're cleansing ourselves. Why is that important? Because we're letting go of the past. We're letting go of the things that hold us. That, as you think about balls and chains around you, and the more that you let go, the freer you become. So the freer within the spirit you become. You're not restricted by what you think other people think or say or do. You're your own spirit, you're your own guidance, and you start to listen to you. You start to listen to that inner guidance, that inner knowledge that every single one of us, there's not one of us that don't have that inner knowledge. And it's just allowing yourself to sit within the silence. And this is where the work is. The work is in what you do with yourself. How many times do you sit just within the silence to listen? How many times have you been feeling, such a strong feeling within you, and that is your guidance, and how many times have you ignored it? Maybe through fear, maybe through laziness. I don't have the time. That's another big factor. But the more you sit within yourself, you're opening yourself up to all the possibilities. And this is what people will say to me, when I look at my journey, I've never known where I'm going. I've never known where I'm going. I just allow this beautiful unfoldment. And that's kind of like where my group name came from, discovering the unfoldment of trance, discovering the unfoldment of the awareness. Awareness is trance. It's wherever you are at that time within that trance state is the awareness. So this is where it came from. So this is where I am now and what I've been able to become drawn to. So think about the things that draws you in. What draws you in, and not just, I'm thinking about this, I'll go and do that course, or I'll go and do this. You have to have that spark to draw you in. There's something that'll pull you in the direction that you're meant to go, not from someone else telling you, you should do this or you should do that, or go and see that one, she's really good, or go and see that one, he's really good. No, you have to feel the draw within you. And also at the same time, you can be with someone and all of a sudden you're pulled in a different direction. And it's like I always say to my students, when you get that feeling, you have to follow it. You can't think, I have to stay here out of loyalty. No, because you're discerning your own spirit. So it's allowing yourself this beautiful freedom in your development. So you're almost like, it's like you're the river, you're flowing with the river. Okay, and you get the boulders along the way, and that's the things that we have to sit with. We have to work our way through these boulders. That's like our traumas, things that we've had to go through within life, and allow it to get to a stage where you sit with it. You allow it to then flow through, so the river moves on. So you're like the river, you're moving on. And you're just flowing in this moment. You're not becoming consumed with everything that's going on around about you. This is what developing the spirit inside means. That's what it means by developing you. And it's that constant working on the self. That's what we call, I suppose, the shadow work, which is another talk. So that's sort of bringing us up to where we are, what we're going to be speaking about today, which is I'll let Michelle bring that forward, and I'll go into that a bit more for you.
Yeah, let's pull up the screen share, and I'm going to say to people, maybe turn the lights on. No, actually, turn the lights off.
Turn lights down. Turn the lights off.
Down.
The reason why I
off.
turn them, turn the lights down or off, simply because you will see better when you're looking, because of the colours and things like that. So I always find it's better to have the room dimly lit or the lights off, and you'll see much, much better.
Yeah, and have a friend there so you can hold their hand. Oh, I mean, no, it's not scary at all. All right, let's get into it. Let's have a look. Be prepared to be wowed.
So if we wait a wee minute, Michelle, because I just want to explain something here. So what we're going to be seeing now is a journey that started with me 5 years ago, where I became interested in music, and when we play music indirectly, so it's separate from me playing it through my computer. I was working with a client, and what I noticed is she was playing it. So she was in America, and I'm in Ireland. And what was happening, I was noticing that when I was hearing on the music on my side, it was distorted, and then through months and months and months of sitting, the distortion went from a distortion to a whisper, went from a whisper to a voice. And over that time that we actually could establish spirit speaking through the music to us. So that was about 6 years ago. So within these past 6 years, I've continued to work with this. And as I said, it's been stop and start. It's not been, plain sailing with it. And this is what, the dedication that we have to the work we do. This is where it comes from. So this was now one of the times where we were working. I sit with a small group on a Friday for my own development. And this was one of the episodes here that we had captured on Zoom. This was the first time we had used a certain piece of music. And as we used the music, we could hear spirit speaking through the recording. So what you're going to hear now, so this is myself sitting within the trance state, and as I say, I'm what we call word blending. So I'm just sitting and I'm listening to music, but the music is distorted, which you will hear, and you will hear spirit speaking, which is just an absolute blessing. So if you want to start it, Michelle, that's lovely.
Can I just ask Debbie before we start? What was the music of? Like, was it a harmony or a tune, or like what sort of music were you playing? Just so the audience can understand.
It's kind of like a spa type of Chinese music. There's no singing in this at all. It's just music, background music. That's all that it is. So there's no actual singing. That there's a physical voice that you can hear within the music. So it's just very much just a tune. So that's what we were listening to.
Okay, and I just want to point out to people that you sent me the Zoom recording, and within 3 minutes of that recording, I could start to hear. So I've done is I've put that at the very beginning, because there was, I think I've made notes, there was 33 minutes in total of spirit speaking. And and it got more and more as the time went on. From 3 minutes to 11 minutes, it started to get more frequent. Then from 11 minutes on, it was like, what the? And then it just was, I don't want to say out of control, but it was like, I've never heard anything like it. So I've
just constantly.
Yeah. So I've cut it down a little bit so there's not 33 minutes of just spirits speaking, but just to give you some sample ideas of what there was. So this was at the beginning.
Yeah. So you can hear it in the background. If you could just stop it a wee minute there, Michelle, I just want to explain something here.
Yeah.
Okay, what I want to explain is all those years ago when I told you that I could hear the voices, and it ended up that we actually had a full paragraph of them speaking, okay? And they were having a conversation between themselves about myself and this other girl. But what I want to bring forward is at that time there was a male and there was two females that were speaking the whole time. And the thing that's most beautiful is when I'm hearing, I recognise the voices. I recognise the voices from back then. So to take the three same people that are working with me now, that were working with me 6 years ago, they're becoming much more clearer now. So it's taken less time to hear them, to understand them, than what I was hearing 6 years ago. So this is kind of like the beginning. It was the preparation work, which is now here we are, we're here. So this is where the stage. I just wanted to bring that in. There is the same people that's working with me now that was working with me then. Okay.
Yeah. And can I just clarify, are you able to actually hear this chatter with, like, you can hear this while you're sitting there, or did you could?
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
yeah,
really?
Yeah, 100. Oh, yes, 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. So, because some people might think, oh, you've had to listen back over the audio, like this video, to hear it.
Yeah. No, you will hear my response. You will hear response. I'll not take that away just now. I'll leave that surprise for you as you continue watching. That'll make you continue watching, because you will listen and you will understand. Definitely, she hears.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna let's play again.
Okay. Listen now. Okay, so if you stop it there, Michelle, okay? I just wanted to say that you noticed, if you listen, you can actually hear it as clear as anything, absolutely. Yeah. And this is just magical.
Wow. And here we go again.
If we stop it there, please, because I just think, listen to what was just said there, support, oh wow. And then we hear, this expansion, and we hear the gentleman's voice coming in. And to me, the fact that we can hear it so clearly. But what I want to also point out as well, that I've become so tuned now to when the voices come forward. This was actually going back about, maybe I would say about a year ago, maybe a wee bit longer, but maybe about a year and a half ago when this actually happened. But what I want to say is I've become used to when the talking is coming in, when they're going to speak, and you will hear like a whoosh, whoosh, whoosh noise. And that's kind of like the prelude a lot of the times to them speaking. So when you hear that, tune into that, because you can actually feel the vibration. And to me, it's like having a radio station and it's all static, it's all fuzzy. And then what we do is we tune into that radio station, and then we can hear the voice. This is what it's like. This is the static of the station, the frequency, because we're talking in terms of frequency and energy. So we're tuning into that frequency, we're adjusting the dial, and that's how we hear the voices clear. So I just wanted to explain what was happening behind that as well.
Yeah, thank you, it's incredible. So for those that are listening, you can imagine my surprise when Debbie said, oh, I'm going to send you this video of spirit speaking. I'm thinking, oh, okay, a couple of words. Oh, no, 33 minutes of spirit speaking. Unexpected.
Just a wee bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. All right, let's listen to the next one.
I heard my name being called there. Thank you. Okay, so we just stop it there. So you can imagine me been deep in this lovely place, just totally relaxed, totally just listening and being aware. And all of a sudden, as loud as anything, I hear my name being called. So that shows you that I was definitely hearing what Spirit were saying.
Yeah,
It
there's
just took me totally by surprise.
no mistaking that. And loud and clear, I was like, you're kidding me. And again, for those that are listening, you can imagine the first time I'm hearing it, it's pitch black. I'm in the dark. I'm sitting here editing, home by myself. And I'm like, what the hell is this? What has she got me listening to? It's almost like I need a blanket or a doona just to put over my head because, they're magic, those blankets and doonas. They protect you from everything.
It's just amazing how they work with us, though. It just blows my mind. It really
And all
does.
I got back from you was ha, 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 or LOL. And I'm like, that's it? She's laughing?
It's like, welcome to my world.
Good gosh. But anyway, so I think there's a little bit here at the end before we get on to the next clip. And I think this is where, and I had to put this in because I heard this singing or this tune, and I'm like, this is amazing. So let's see if it comes up now. I love that. That was just amazing. Magical.
Oh, it's just amazing. Absolutely. It just blows my mind. And every time I listen back, and I've listened to this so many times, I've shown my students so many times, and I still get chills. I literally get chills, and that's the journey that we're on. And we're no means understanding it because as I say to my students with this, we're working so hard on this at the moment within the groups. But it's like I say, as I say to my students, it's like we've opened the door. We've not walked through yet. We've only opened the door. Yeah. I'm learning as we go. Same as yourselves, we're all learning this together. And that's the beauty about it.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. It's all I can say is absolutely phenomenal. Mm-hmm. So we're moving into this next recording of energy shifting. Is that correct?
I'll just explain a wee bit before we start. Okay, so what do we mean by energy shift? So I want to just bring you what we're going to be watching now, when Michelle's going to be showing you how this came about. I was sitting on the 3rd of January, now it's probably nearly 2 years ago now, and I just get this strong, strong feeling to come and sit with Spirit. So it was really, really strong. And that's why I always say, if you're feeling something really strong, there's something inside that's guiding you to do something, okay? It's not me thinking, I'll go and sit. No, this was something that was happening within me, with the shift within me. So I came and sat. So I blacked out. I have blackout blinds. I'd blacked out this room. So this room was in complete darkness. And then, as I said, the only light was the computer. So I had the computer recording on Zoom. So I did it on Zoom and I recorded it. I'm in a tent, what we call, it's a portable tent we use. The reason I sit in the tent is it actually condenses the energy. I feel the energy more when I'm sitting. I also feel the energy like as I'm sitting here just now, but it's much more concentrated if you're sitting within the tent. That's why I use the tent. So I'm sitting in the tent. And then, as I say, I recorded the session, but all I can say is after I watched the replay back, I was in tears. I was absolutely in tears of what Spirit was able to show us, both from my 2 guys who work with us, which I spoke about in the last, the podcast that Michelle had, that we did. So if you have a look at that, you will understand this one even more so. So what you see here is just how Spirit works with us and how the energy shifts of how they draw close to us, how they show themselves to us. So you'll see what we call as transfiguration within my face. But I'll explain that as we're going along, and I'll explain exactly what's happening. But I just wanted you to understand behind why I came and did this and what was the story behind that, because it's important that you understand that as well. Okay, thank you, Michelle.
Okay.
So this is just the start of it here. So this is myself in the tent here, and as I say, the only light that I have is the light from the actual computer. So this is why I'm saying sometimes it's good to watch this in the dark. But what I want you to draw your attention to is the flickering of the light at the side. It's quite a dark light at the side of the tent, okay? So keep your eye on that. And that's also where we will see changes in the energy. I want you to look within the tent, and you actually already start to see there's like a red light sort of just flickering in the tent there at the edge of the tent. And this is all what we call, the changes in the energy. So what's happening here is I'm sitting and I'm allowing myself to become grounded. So you'll see energy sort of shifting on my face here. And that's me just it took 20 minutes, I would say. So this is just part of the video that you're seeing here. But this was actually 30 minutes long, this actual recording. And I had noticed massive changes after 20 minutes, and that's from sitting, some blending, when we talk about blending. So it's connecting, it's grounding ourselves first of all, and then allowing ourselves to expand. When we expand, it's like the connection through the divine, so you will become aware of that at the top of the head. It's feeling that connection at the top of the head, and it's feeling the connection at the ground. That's what we call the grounding. That's what we call the blend. And then as we start to expand out, that's when spirits step forward, our guides, our helpers, step forward, connect on an energetic level with us, and then they can show themselves. So we're talking about trance speaking, which is what happened here. But you can just see the shifts now. Look at the shifts in the energy now. If you notice that it's become lighter at the side, it's like a kind of purpley white, so the energy's changed. That's the frequency there. Well, you maybe ask me, why is there red in the tent? Because it's the grounding. It's grounding me. So it's important to be grounded, because the more grounded you are, the more that you'll let go physically. So you'll let go of the physical body and you allow yourself to expand. Spirit can come in closer with you and work with you. So what do we mean by that? If you think of spirit in the terms of frequency, okay, energy, they're bringing in the different frequencies with you to connect. So the deeper that you go in that sense and allow yourself to expand, the closer they can come in and connect with you. So we're just going to watch it for a wee minute and just sort of have a wee look and see what happens here. Okay. It takes a long time, and it's the patience
it's incredible,
of just sitting waiting.
The way the light is, you've got each corner and you've just got all this light going on. It's just incredible.
Yeah, it really is. And the fact that what you've got to remember is this room's in darkness. The only light is the light that you can see from the computer, which you can just roughly see on my face. And the thing that's really funny is, you would think that tent's blue, don't you? But the tent's actually, it's like a khaki green.
Oh, wow.
Which is even more amazing,
Yeah.
Now look how dark it's going in the corner. So the energy's building. So if you think of the energy's building, so like when I'm teaching, I teach about the energy, how it comes in. We connect from once you've connected into the base, look how dark it's going there. And then as I say, the energy starts to move up. That's the power that we work with. So this is where I'm working on that just now. I'm working and building this power. You'll actually see slight movements also. If you watch the tent as well, you will see slight movements in the tent. But yet there's the windows are closed here. There's nothing coming. But it fascinates me every time I watch this.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely fascinating. And as I say, if you watch this in the dark, you will even see the face clearer. You will see me clearer as well.
And look how that's becoming such a deep purple in the left-hand corner now. Such a deep purple, and and it looks like
so dark.
Flames flickering down there in the right-hand corner, of the red.
Oh yes, absolutely. And you see it's like we can see that flickering, that you've got the purple and the lilac-y blue in the corner, that solid mass. But think of how it was nice and light to begin with. Now it's become really, really dark, and the movement is so fast. The energy's moving so fast, but it's also, if you look at my face, the energy in my face is moving so fast as well.
Oh, absolutely.
And this is just, this is just preparation work. This is just preparing, And I just say,
Yeah.
look now, watch, look at the changes in the colour now at the side.
Yeah.
Look how the light's coming in now. It's fascinating. Look at that. Wow. Every time I watch, I get, because now look,
Yeah.
we've all sat and watched this together, and we're sitting in
And
darkness
I
here.
haven't sped this up at all. This is the original.
No, that's
I have not
exactly.
cut any of it. It is the original video, just for those that are
Yeah.
watching. And if you're listening, I highly recommend you jump onto YouTube and watch this video, watch this screen share.
Yes. This is just amazing. Absolutely blows my mind. And I just think we are far much more than we could ever realise,
Oh, absolutely.
It's just look at the colours now.
Yeah.
So they're bringing in deeper frequencies again. So every time you see a shift in energy, as I call it, a shift in energy, that's me in a sense expanding further so they can bring a deeper energy in. They can bring that deeper frequency to hold me for them to work. Now, look again, you can see the red is starting to come up the tent again, if you look inside the tent.
It's almost like the
And
flames are getting higher.
Yes, it's actually coming up the side of the tent now.
That's incredible.
It's just wow, absolutely. And I'm so glad that I listened to the intuitiveness that was taking place, that I allowed myself to just go with it and come and sit, because I wouldn't have got this if I hadn't. Now look at this. This is just blows my mind every time I see it. There's no light in the room, remember?
Yeah.
This is just incredible. Absolutely incredible. So this is my whole team coming in and working with me. Like they've lit up the whole of the tent.
It's almost like I don't know where to focus on the light,
Exactly.
your face,
No.
the left, the right of the screen. It's like everything's happening. Everything's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Now watch the face. Watch the side of my face, because it's not only the tent that lights up, but my face starts to light up. And that's when they're sort of like, this is Yusuf, my guide, my native guide. He's starting to draw close to me. And you may ask me how I'm feeling at this stage. I have no idea, because I'm not there. I'm sort of detached from it. So it's like you become the observer of it. So you're not in it. You're actually detached, and it's almost as if you're watching what's happening. But look at this. I mean, like, this is just
Phenomenal.
Wow. How blessed
Absolutely.
are we? How blessed.
Wow.
And like everything just goes still.
Yeah. It's just like a calm.
Yeah, this is what it is. This is true connection. This is true. The showing you, spirit of coming and showing you. So you see, there's no forgery. There's nothing. You see it from start to finish. You couldn't show this in any other way than the way the spirit have shown us.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no light in the room. You can see there's just me there.
Yeah.
Look at what's happening. Look at that. That's just beautiful. And you can see the energy. It's almost like this ball of energy just under my chin, from my mouth to under my chin, just sustaining me there, holding me there.
Yeah. So what's happening for those that might just be listening is...
So if we stop at a wee minute, because I just want to actually explain something here as well, Michelle, please. So, okay, I just want you to look at the screen, okay? So when you actually look at the face, you can see the very marks on his face here as well. So on one side of the face, it's actually my guide, Yusuf, but on the other side in the blue, there's actually, I recognise my other guide. So there's two energies that's working. So they always work together with me. So this is what you're seeing here. You can see both Yusuf, the native guide, and you can see Eric, who's in the blue part of the face. And you'll notice the faces don't match each other. If you look from the nose on either side, the faces are completely different shapes as well. I just wanted to bring that forward also.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So Debbie's face, for those that might be just listening, has gone... Oh, do you want to explain this, Debbie?
Okay, so looking at it here, so you can see the side where the face is more in the pinky light. Okay, look at that. Okay, and that would This is Yusuf. So this is Yusuf, my native guide, on the other side here, the picture, which is, if you watched last week's episode, you would have seen, you would have seen this and how I would have talked about how we've captured him many times. I've captured him here on my wall. I've captured him actually, seen him physically transfigured on me here. So this is what I want to show you. What you're seeing in the face in the middle there, which is me sitting, the face at the side, that's exactly the face that you're seeing there. All we've done is we've lightened it up. But I also want to bring your attention to the fact his eye is open. You can see his eye open on that side. And also you can see the energy, coming down from the nose down, and it comes down past my chin. That's what's sustaining me. That energy is what's sustaining me for the spirit to work with me, okay? And then on the other side, as I said, the sort of bluer part of the face there, you can actually see that it's a different shape again, and that's actually Yusuf, but it's much more faint. The more work has been done. It's been done on the side of the face here. So I just wanted to just explain these two pictures here.
Yeah. And it's incredible. I could control my mouse. It's incredible just the light that comes across your face. It is absolutely magical. It's almost magical.
Yeah, and it's how slow now that the energy's moving compared to how it was moving. Now you can actually start to see the changes, and it's like the face looks as if it's split in two.
Yeah.
It just blows me away.
And the light on the left side of the screen outside the tent is just white. It's almost white.
Yeah. And you see, what I want to say is, within the colour of white, we have all colours. We see the colour white, but the vibrations is all colours in white. So it's all colours. All those frequencies are holding me there. So, if you look at that now, it's just look at the tent.
Yeah. And now you can see your entire face, where at the beginning of this video, it was dark.
Yeah, you couldn't. It's totally dark.
This is just incredible.
It's just, it blows me away. I have such a strong feeling in my heart when I watch this back of the work that they did that day, just to show us, to give us a faith in our journeys, to give us a faith that, what we're doing is real, in a sense, that beautiful connection.
Yeah.
So you can just feel this whole presence here.
It's undeniable. It is undeniable evidence.
Oh, it's just beautiful. It really is. It's just beautiful. We're just so blessed, and we don't even realise. And all we need to do is come and open ourselves up to that divine presence. And you can also see, you'll notice in my throat as well, you can see the energy in my throat, because, as I say, what actually happens is he does speak, and this is the energy that's sustaining me. So my throat would expand, and I would be aware of him stepping forward to bring, a message through, in the case, is what he did. But as I said, I could feel that pressure in my throat, and you can see it's almost like my throat's white if you look at it. And you can see the movement in the throat, which is just, as I said, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Look, it's just, wow. Now look at the subtle changes taking place. So this is the stage he's actually speaking.
Yeah.
It's just, wow, honestly.
It's incredible. Look, anyone listening, you really need to jump over to YouTube and watch this. This is it's visually amazing. Like, it's incredible.
His eyes are open. Look at his eyes. Yeah. Eyes are just opening. So you're actually seeing the eyes of spirit. It's not, my eyes are closed the whole time here. You're actually seeing the eyes of spirit. And if you click on to the pictures that Michelle had put up, you physically can see his eyes, which is just, my goodness. And you'll notice, like, when he stops to speak, that the energy, you watch the shifts in the energy. It's just, look how it's starting to get dark again.
Yeah.
Look at the shifts that's taking place here. Wow. And look, he's starting to draw back. Do you see how it's now starting to become darker?
Can see on the left side there, look, it's getting darker, slowly getting, that's incredible.
Yeah, so you can literally just see as he stopped, this is what I found really mind-blowing. He stops speaking, and as soon as he stops speaking, the energy changes.
Yeah.
Wow. You can actually see him leaving. You physically can see him leaving. Gosh,
that's amazing.
honestly.
Yeah. And this is an uncut video. This is uncut. This is all happening in real time.
I should say, yeah, definitely.
Wow.
It's just, wow. It's just so beautiful, so beautiful. Like he's come and he said what he wanted to say, and then he's just drawn away.
Oh, that's amazing.
Look at that. Like,
it's incredible. The colours.
it really
I can't
is.
believe the colours. Phenomenal.
No, it's same with me. It's like you can understand why I was nearly in tears. Well, I was in tears when I watched this back. I just had tears rolling down my face because I just thought, if I hadn't come and sit, I would never have had this to show.
Yeah.
To show people, you know. This was just within me, them working within me. And by doing that, I've been able to bring this out and show, you know, how spirit work with us and the beautifulness of how they work with us.
Yeah.
And look how now it's gone quite dark again, even in the red, the changes in the red. So as I say, the changes in the energy.
And it's slowed down. You know, where we were watching it earlier, it was very fast moving, like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
And now it's
not much more slower. And look at the colours now. Remember, that was just like a block of white in the side. Look how the colours have changed again. So he stepped back. Okay, so the frequency has changed. Okay, the energy that I'm working in has changed. So it's like, in a sense, I'm going back into that place to pull the energy back up to stay. And look at the movement in the tent.
I know. I was just going to say, it looks like there's a cyclone coming. The tent's moving all over the place. It's like,
have you seen it?
Yeah. It's like, I hope you pegged that down.
He's actually, see if we stop now there, Michelle, you'll actually have noticed there's someone else who's come in and joined us. Okay, so at the very beginning, if you watch the replay back, you will see that Yusuf, my guide, comes in to start to speak first, and then, like, within a split second, there's this lady who at first came through as, and I wanted to call her Lady Margaret. So this is who we have. So we actually have her speaking now. So we're going to watch that, and then I'm going to tell you a wee bit more about her at the end. So if you continue watching now, it's a completely different face. Now think of the face that we just seen, and look at the face that we're looking at now.
Yeah.
And if you turn your lights off, you will see this much, much clearer if you see it in the dark. But it was just, wow, I was just blown away. And she's talking as well.
A complete change in the shape of your face. Like you can
completely different.
Oh.
It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And you can just see it, and it's lovely because she's moving her head, so we're seeing all sides of the face. We're seeing all parts of her as well.
Yeah.
And this has fascinated me because I was watching her, and the thing was, I got the name Margaret in Tom's. That's why I called her Lady Margaret, because I just felt I was looking at somebody that was, you know, that would have spoken with a lot of eloquence as well. And I just felt that was the name that I gave her. That's what it felt like, you know. And another thing I'd noticed as well, that I've noticed, if you actually look, and there will be a picture of her that will come up from inside the tent, so we will see that clearer. But I just wanted to bring your awareness that you will see like a band of energy that goes across her face, okay? And that's also the energy that's being held, so that you know, so to be aware of that there's this band of energy. But it's like, I always look at it as in, well, we'll see the face of spirit. So we've got the veil that we talk about, okay, the mask, but they're coming through this. So sometimes I've noticed, I've been watching and I've been researching a lot, that we see this band of energy, but I think it's what sustains them as well, you know, during the process of this blending. So this can be what you're seeing here, okay? So that's just to explain that wee bit about it as well to you.
And it's so dark now, isn't it? But you've still got the light on either side of the tent.
Yeah, and you'd notice that the fluctuations in the light on both the tent. So if you watch the energy moving on the tent, and that red in the tent and the lilac at the side, but the energy in me is still very calm. Yeah, do you notice that as well, So remember before the energy was really, really sporadic. It was really fast moving when I was during the blending process. But just now it seems to be much more stable on me, but yet around me, especially in the tent, at the side of the tent with this red, and then that sort of purpley white energy at the side. So these are the frequencies. So the grounded, and they're holding me grounded with the frequencies at the side there. So just this one. So if we stop here. So remember I says to you about the mask of energy that comes across the face. And I always notice that it comes really across the nose, just below the eyes and just above the mouth. And you can actually see that there. But look at the shape of her face. She's kind of got like a long face as well. Do you notice that? And I actually also want to give her like a plait, also on the top of her head here. There's like a plait that I can see. I've noticed that within the pictures that I've taken that she would have this sort of plait here as well. So it's just you notice it. But I just wanted to explain what this energy is across the face. So that's almost like if you think she's been able to show herself apart from this last part here, which is the part that you see across the face. So I just wanted to explain that as well.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah,
and this is really hours of sitting and going back through the footage, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so you see again, so see how it comes across her, it comes across and it comes down the face. Now I have mountains of pictures. I would sit. So what I did was after this, I sat with this replay and I took pictures constantly. I took pictures. And then I would sit and I would study the pictures and I would look what's happening within the pictures and I would look at the way that the energy is working. And this is what I noticed a lot of the times. So why would she have this and yet the pictures of myself when it was Yusuf, why did he not have it? Because we had used that energy, okay? So there was a quick change between Yusuf leaving and this lady, as I say, Lady Margaret coming in. So this is where the energy is not as concentrated. So they've concentrated on her features of the long chin, the nose, the eyes. We can see that, the hair, okay, we can see that. So this is why we still have this band of energy, but through time, if she was, say, maybe the first one to come through, then we might not have seen that band of energy. We may have seen the face completely physically as we did with Yusuf. But it's just the fact of this is where it's so important, as I would teach my students, that the work that you do in yourself is the first thing that we must be aware of. It's this grounding, the grounding when you really feel held and you expand, you can connect into these different frequencies. The guys can step forward, so they're holding the space for them to work, for them to show themselves. But then at the same time, it's like that energy may drop, okay? So you're having to go back in and you're having to connect. We are still connecting, but you're having to align yourself again through the breath. The breath is the most important thing for aligning yourself. And then we start to expand out again. So then this can be why we're seeing, the face there, but yet this mask of energy across the face as well. That's why we see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Fascinating. Yeah, it really is. It's fascinating.
And you can just see it's so dark inside the tent, but there's still light on either side. I can't believe how much that tent is moving. Look at it.
I know. And that's just the energy, it just is. We tend to think of things as solid, but they're not. Now, what I want to just stop you here, okay? So this lady here, this is Emma Hardridge Britton, okay? She actually founded the principles of the 7 principles of spiritualism. When I was watching this replay back, I was really, really drawn. And I went to look at pictures of her and I was just blown away of how much this lady, Margaret as I called her, looked like this lady, okay? And then did the research and I found out that she had a brother and sister. And I had got the names Margaret and Tom. When I actually checked into the history of this lady, she had a brother called Tom and her sister was Margaret. And Margaret was the one who transcribed all her writings that she did. So this is where I felt I was calling her Lady Margaret. But I could actually see, you'll notice she has the plait in her hair as well. I could see this plait in her hair in the shape of her face. And when she was speaking, I was just so drawn into it. And I'd left, as I say, I think it was the following week I'd gone into their church because I work within our spiritual church because I'm a approved healer at our church here. So I'll go down there sort of like on a Thursday. And I just had gone into the room and I was just, I seen her picture and I was so drawn into her picture, and this is where this came back. So that's where I started to do the research on her. But I feel that this is who this lady is in the tent. Is Emma. This is who this is. This is what I feel within myself. This is who has come through here. Because the pictures are, when you look at the comparisons of the picture, it's just phenomenal, you know.
Yeah,
So this is who this lady is. This is who I believe is in the tent at this time, you know. It's just amazing.
And this is at the end?
That's us just finished. Yeah, that's me just acknowledging through respect and love, just thanking Spirit, which is really, really important. We have to be graceful and show gratitude for the work that we do, you know, for the work that we do with Spirit, you know. So this is just the end of it there. It's phenomenal, you know, of what we're capable of. I mean, like, those 2 episodes, that's been years and years and years of working. You know, I've known Yusuf, as I say in the first episode, if you watch the first episode, you'll have heard me saying that Yusuf first came to me when I was 4. But it really took me to, I would say, about the last 20 odd years to really start to work with him in the depth that I am just now. So I probably found out, you know, in that stage, how he works with me now and when he steps forward. And then with Eric, he came on my journey when I was on my own journey for my health, which I was suffering with my health. And that's when he stepped forward, which was about 21 years ago. So 21 years ago to now. So that's how long I've been working with them. And this is where all this comes from, is sitting with them. And but also respect, and you must have a deep respect for the work you do. You must have a deep respect for the work you do. Do you know, they show us so much respect, so much love by coming and connecting with us and sitting with us and teaching us. Like Eric, the only way I teach is because of Eric. I feel his knowledge flow through me when I'm teaching. And that's where he comes in, because I can come and sit down to do a class, and I won't know what's happening until I sit down. This is where it comes from. It starts to feel that connection, and I start to write, and I feel what is needed for the class. And then I'll look for the music, and I go in, and I'll click on a few links, and then I'll feel the link of the music they want to use today, he wants to use today. I feel it, I can listen, and I think, no, that's not right. Or sometimes I've gone into my computer and there's a piece of music just sitting. So many times the students laugh. I think, oh, all right, okay, thank you. And it's always, you know, being grateful, being really grateful for the work, because we work together. It's not him bringing it, we work together. It's that beautiful blend of the both of us. But yeah, Yusuf, he's kind of like, as I would say, well, people, you call it maybe like your gatekeeper. And that's what I feel Yusuf is. He's always there. He's always my strength. Whenever I'm knocked off course, it's him that steps forward to puts me like literally straight down again. There you go, on you go. Because it was a funny one. One time, I share this wee story with you. I was in a development class for my own. It's really important to keep developing myself. So I worked with a lovely group of people for my own development, and the lady that was running the course at the class at the time, we were bringing forward to speak, you know, so our guys were going to speak. And I was right down and right in the hold, and just I could feel, you know, Eric with me. And then all of a sudden, I came straight back up, and it was like, whoof, I'm straight back, I'm here. And I kind of like, I thought, oh, wow. And as soon as I opened my eyes, my computer went off, just stopped working, right? And I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, right? So I looked down, and I'd put the switch off accidentally on the power. So I switched the power back and straight back into the class, acknowledged the lady, sorry, I'm back here. Put my head down, went back in, and like literally a few seconds later, she called me forward. And as she called me forward, I thought to myself, I knew that I had to start speaking, but it would be Debbie that would actually speak. But I had to start speaking. So as I started speaking, the next minute, Yusuf stepped forward, and I literally felt him step forward and started to speak. So I had to trust that, use your voice so that you can activate him coming
Yeah.
forward so you can connect. And that was the trust of knowing that I'm just going with this because I know it'll be fine. And that's the trust
Yeah.
between us. Yeah,
I love that.
amazing, just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that there was no panic. Again, you
No,
just had full trust in your team, in
yeah,
your
oh,
guides
totally,
to,
100%.
yeah, to
Yeah,
have that they
yeah,
had your
all the
back.
time.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Oh, that's
100%.
magical.
It's amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah,
Debbie, with if people were or not if people were, because you do have students, but if people were
yeah,
thinking of signing up, would they be
yeah,
able to experience? Is this what you teach people to be able to experience this kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
phenomena?
Yeah, well, on a Wednesday night, we hold an open circle. You just pay as you go, basically, for this circle, and that's just for anybody that wants to come in and experience. And what we've been working with has been working with sound, which is what we were playing. We've been working with colour, using colour and how colour can impact the sitting. So we've been working with that. We've been working with observations. So as I was sitting today and I was explaining to you now, look here, what do you see here, or can you see the light changing there? These are the things that I would do. So that would have been more open circle. I run these on a Sunday night and I run them on a Wednesday night. But the other things would be more structured classes. So at the moment, there is classes that I run, but are more structured for the students. So we would say it would be sort of like they normally like a 12-week course, but they're continuous. These courses have been run for about 5 or 6 years now. They just keep running,
Yeah.
you know. So it's like, and then I also at the moment I'm offering a healing course which is due to start on the 8th of May. So, and the healing incorporates everything that we do. It incorporates the colour, but the other ones are more like just for trance development. So, trance speaking, healing, and mediumship, trance mediumship. But these, as I say, these run on different days. But the best way to contact me is even message me or contact me through my group page, the Discovering the Unfoldment of Trance, those two as well. That would be
Yeah.
the way. But as I say, for someone coming along that's never done this or wants to, maybe they are on this journey, but they want to look at this side of things too, the open circles are really good because what we do also is, for instance, last night, I was working last night, there's a group that we had last night. So what we did is we were observing someone sitting in the trance, so we were looking at the energy around them. We were looking if we could see the spirit with them as well. So that would incorporate all that as well, So that's the kind of things that we'd be looking at. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
So it sounds like your groups are still quite educational.
Oh yes, very much so. We're constantly there's constant teaching within it, whether it's
Yeah.
you're coming to an open circle or whether it's coming to an actual established course, like a fixed course, like we covered, over the 12 weeks, it's 4 weeks concentrating on one part. As in maybe the writing, and then 4 weeks covering the healing, and 4 weeks covering, the actual speaking, trans speaking. Because a lot of people will come and say, Debbie, I'd really like to learn more about this or learn about that. But with doing the 8-week courses, the 12-week courses, you're getting a taste of all these, and then they continue on. So you stay as long as you feel, yeah, I want to stay.
Yeah.
And as I say, that's they've been running now for 6 years, so
So they're not going
they
anywhere
just
in a
keep
hurry.
growing. No, not at all, not at all. But
Yeah.
that's the thing, and I think it's like I just wanted to leave this with you as well. The the message that I get from everybody that comes in my courses is what they like about my courses is the freedom in them, the freedom in their development, which I think is so important. You know, you have the structure, but you have the freedom to move in whatever direction it's taking you. It's not, you have to do it this way, you have to do it that way. No, there's this beautiful freedom, and it allows you to open up to your gifts, because we're all different, but we're all connected, and that's the beauty about it.
That's beautiful. I love that. Oh, thank you so much, Debbie, for being on the show again and wowing us and, expanding my mind when, when I'm home at night by myself in the dark and, going through that unexpectedly. And it's, I tell you, you've sent me on a bit of a journey of what the, this is stuff you see in movies, but this is just incredible. And again, for anybody listening, please go to YouTube and watch the videos, watch them, because that's where your mind will be blown. You can never, it's almost one of those things that you can't unsee that and you can't unhear that.
No, you can't. It's just
incredible.
Magical.
Yeah.
Magical.
Exactly.
And the thing is, with the recordings, just before, I just want to, because it's really, really important, how did it come about, that episode that we just listened to of them speaking? A conversation with another girl in the class that day, okay? She talked about how she had this nano pad, this nano music thing, and it hadn't worked for 5 years, and all of a sudden it started working, and it just kept playing this music over and over again. And I'm having a conversation with her. It was just me and her in the class at the time before the other guy came in, and I said to her, "Oh, here, let's have a wee experiment." You play that and we'll see if we can pick up anything. And you know what the thing was? I asked her to send me the music, okay? And it's called Path to Enlightenment.
Oh, you're
kidding.
That
was the song, the first song, Path to Enlightenment. But the thing was, when she sent me the music, I laughed, because I would say about 3 or 4 years before that, I was in a garden centre and picked up this music tape. So it shows you how long ago it was a tape. Not even a CD, it was a tape. And I had got the tape, and I had the same tape as the music she had played, and it was still in a drawer in my front room.
Oh,
so if that's not synchronicity, what is?
Exactly.
If that's not leading you, what is?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Debbie, for being on the show again. And just like I said, allowing our jaws to drop to the ground once again. And I cannot wait to have you back on the show. But what I'm going to do is put your Facebook pages in the description so people can contact you directly. And the link to the previous episode as well, so people can go back.
Yes.
And I would prefer people to, if you can, please watch, because the visual is so much more. More.
Oh, yeah. Very much. Oh, blow your mind. Exactly. It blows my mind every time I watch it. Any of these two, it's like, oh my goodness me, and this is me.
Exactly. Hey, at least you're prepared. I was totally unprepared. I mean, you did try and warn me, but I didn't know what I was being prepared for. Now you send me something, I'm going to have lights on, blanket ready. No, it's just amazing. Yeah, it is. Thank you again, Debbie. And I cannot wait to have you back on the show. Thank you.
Thank you.
To view the show notes, head over to themediumstable.com.au. If you want to watch these episodes, head over to our YouTube channel, The Medium's Table Podcast.